the betting, the not so much anymore, is more down to my own fault. I need to get studying again to get the edge back. But yeah, it's a great product. I love the exchange. It's really, in my opinion, one of the better bookmakers, if not the best bookmaker out there.
I'll start off. The place accumulator is race number 2 at 12:55. It's over 1,700 meters. It's a maiden plate, and at the time of recording, Devon, the horses that are in single figures: number 1, Paris Rain at 15-10. Then we go on to 7, Reach for the Stars at 8-1. 8, King of Seville at 7-1. Number 10, Venerable, is trading at 8-1. 11, Medal of Freedom at 7-2. And then it's 10-1 and Better the Balance. I don't even know where to begin here, Devon, but let's start off with the favorite, Paris Rain, MJ Ordendaal's runner. Well, it was just, I don't know, if you were on this horse at that penultimate start, you would have been distraught, after the running of that. I don't know what happened over the final 50 meters. The horse just stopped, and that was a close finish. But Captain Corrupt got up to win. And then they rested the horse a bit. 2 months, let's call it that. And then last time out, that was Sevillis. They just allowed Sean Veal to set his own fractions up front. He skipped. He developed such a huge lead turning into the straight. It was going to take a good horse to fetch him. And this was one of the runners that was running on nicely.
Yeah, I remember calling that race. And at around about the 4,500.
Yes.
I remember clearly, I didn't think this horse would run a place.
Yes.
It was about 4 to 5 lengths off them, and it just absolutely took off. I think I said, let's wait for the judge for the results there. It looked like Sevillius had got up, but this horse was absolutely low flying. It just flew up in between runners, which suggests that this horse is going to run an absolute cracker over the strip, over 1,700. I'm just hoping it's got a plum draw, a lot in the favor. The pedigree is definitely suited to this sort of distance. Marco van Rensburg knows the horse well. They've got the blinkers on once again, and I believe that this could be the horse to beat, but it's not a strong first selection because there are dangers here in the form of number 8, King of Seville from the Glen Cotson yard. I thought it was a very good run behind Nelson Bay in the last start. Came from well back in the field and was running on strongly towards the inside. And what I noticed is Sereno Moodley has ridden this horse before, so he knows the horse well. This will be closing them down into the closing stages, as well as number 11, Medal of Freedom, who made a lot of progress in the last start when coming from towards the back of the field, finishing just 2.1 lengths behind Nelson Bay on that occasion. So I believe it's a bit of an open race, but number 1, Paris Rain, is the first selection. And I think another horse that we have to respect is number 10, Venerable from the Wayne Badenhorst and Barbara Kennedy yard, who ran a very good third in the last start.
Yeah, and that was the first start for the stable, and that was a good run. And I think between Medal of Freedom and King of Seville, King of Seville, the blinkers seem to have helped last time out as well. So there shouldn't be much to choose between those two runners, but I think the scope is definitely with number 11, Medal of Freedom. Player X, does the 2-year-old interest you at all? The stable's in cracking good form. Paul Lafferty's stable is firing.
Yeah. This is a horse that will definitely improve. Does have a little bit of a tough draw to contend with, but like you said, the stable is in hot form. They're doing extremely well, and this is trading at around 7-1. You can't leave this out of your trifectas, quartets, and swingers because this is the type of horse that will be running on very strongly.
And then just one more, this horse Reach for the Stars. After that debut run, I expected this horse to win very early in his career, but he hasn't been disappointing. But he's just, he's a horse that I don't know what's the story with this horse, because that debut run he really caught my eye, and then since then, he's run some good races, but I don't know if it's low in confidence or he just can't put his head in front or what type of ride he needs to get, because the 1,600 meter trip was no problem, so 1,700 is no problem for him. He's trading at around 8-1. I think he's a nice trifecta quartet horse. But how many horses are we going to include in the PA for the show?
I would definitely include number 1, Paris Rain, and number 8, King of Seville. If I have to go light, I'm okay with those two. I don't see them running out of the top 3.
Yeah, I think I'm going to include number 11, Medal of Freedom. I mean, this horse, the way Kaname is going as well, you know, from that first start to their second start, that was big, huge improvement. And on pedigree, this horse is bred to go a mile. So 11, Medal of Freedom is going to be my marginal choice. But Devon's, you know, he thinks numbers 1 and 8 could be good enough for the PA. My suggestion is include number 11. And I think those 3 horses you could double or maybe even treble up in race number 2.
It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.